Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to the Corcady Oliveira Fieldhouse. This is Joe Crosley for the Third Region Sports Network. Here again with head coach Bobby Eubanks. Coach, always good to see you.
How you doing, Joe?
Doing good. And, we had to miss last week over a little conflicting work schedule, Bob, but it's good to be back. First thing we are going to talk about, we're going to recap a little bit of the Todd Central game. Hornets obviously in that game all the way to the end, lost 10-7 on a 42-yard field goal. And I will tell you, from our vantage point, it would have been good at 52. But tough loss, but yet I thought we played hard again in the game.
Yeah, we played hard. And we were right there at the end, to make a drive, set up a drive, and try to score again. And if you told me a kid was going to hit a 42-yarder against us to put them up, that doesn't happen in high school football very often. But he's a good kicker. He's been kicking for him for a long time, and like you said, it would have been good from 50.
And, we talked to some of their folks up there that he's actually either kicked some or got real close even at 60 in practice. And after seeing that, I kind of believed it. So, but I do think the team was I do think we're still maintaining good defensive play, and our offense is starting to flow a little bit, cutting down on the mistakes each week. What's your thoughts about your team up to this point, Bobby?
Yeah, defense has been our most consistent, side of the ball, and they've keep answering the bell every week, for the most part. And last week was no exception. Holding a team to a touchdown and a field goal, that's all you can really ask of your defense. And we're still making a missed block here or a inopportune fumble or something like that, just a mental mistake that happens on offense that keeps us from sustaining drives, and a personal foul or something like that happens, and it just kind of kicks us back to where we need to be moving forward, and it just kind of kicks us back.
And sometimes things like that just happen. I mean, fumbles certainly aren't planned, and sometimes a helmet lands in the right place, and it's hard for anybody. But I thought our offense is starting to put plays together and starting to see some people assert themselves a little bit. And I don't mind to tell you, just from my vantage point, I thought Jake Smith is really starting to consistently run the ball well and has. But I really liked what I saw out of him the other night, and both of us did calling the game. We got there late, by the way, but and then Tanner Singleton, I thought, really starting to turn the corner and, step into a gap when he sees it and accelerate in that gap.
Yeah, they're starting to see the field, a little bit better. And, and Jake had 16 carries, 115 yards, and 14 tackles on defense. You can't ask too much more of a kid right there than that, and Tanner ripped off some good runs on jet and one on a counter that we had there. It just opened up and he saw it and took it. And that's one thing that we've been on about by practices. Reading your blocks, learning to read your blocks, know where the blocking is going to take place, so you're able to make your cuts the right way.
And I think we're starting to see some of that, almost anticipating the block in front of you and stepping into the daylight. And I saw us doing that more, and I know you did, and everybody there watching did as well. And this week we travel over to Morgantown, and a former Hornet coaching over there, Mr. Emick. I know they are improved as of late. How do you feel as we match up with Butler County?
Yeah, physically we match up as well with anybody that we play. Physically, it's just we've got to eliminate those mental mistakes and put drives together and and get teams off the field. And Butler County is no exception. They have a really good quarterback. They have kids that will catch the ball. They throw it all over the field, and and their quarterback's one of the top passers in the area right now. Outside of the Zuber kid from Catholic who we'll see next week. And it's just we're going to have to contain him and try to get their offense off the field, and we've got to sustain drives and put ourselves in position to score the football.
Right. Well, this Friday, like you say, we're heading over to Morgantown, and it is another district game, and how do you see your team, Bobby? As you've went week to week. I can see the improvement in them. How do you feel about them in their preparation and the way they're going about things right now?
Yeah, after going more than half a season without a win, and the kids at practice are still working. They're still working hard. They're coming every day. They got smiles on their face. They're having fun at practice. And that's all we can ask them to do right now. And if we keep plugging, keep staying the course, keep our head down, it's going to happen. And it might be one of those nights where things finally go our way and we beat somebody that we're not supposed to.
Right.
And hopefully that'll come sooner than later.
That's right. Well, we travel over to Morgantown this Friday night, and I do want to tell our fan base out there, hope you can make that trip over to Butler County, but for some reason you can't. It's going to be our intent to bring you the game live here on 3rsn.com, the Third Region Sports Network. Well, Coach, always good to talk with you, and I wish you the best come Friday night, Bobby.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
All right. That's going to about do it for us here. Once again, from the Corky de Oliveira Fieldhouse, this is Joe Chrisley for the Third Region Sports Network.